the lifestyles of the rich and famous, where sometimes we love them and sometimes we can't stand them. Over the years, Ellen has had a great show, and one of the factors that made it what it is was the fact that things could get completely out of hand in the blink of an eye or the snap of a finger. In this video, we've compiled some of those moments that got completely unhinged and out of control. So hit that thumbs up button, share, subscribe, and ring that notification bell for future updates. Name pronunciation. How many times have you been embarrassed as you butcher the pronunciation of someone's name? If it's simply an acquaintance you've just met, it's not that bad. However, it can get pretty awkward when you incorrectly say your guest's name. This is what happened when Hassan Minhaj appeared on the daytime show. After claiming that she was a huge fan, Ellen proceeded to incorrectly say his name. After a couple of attempts, that prompted a stern no and a demo of how to say it from Minhaj. Ellen backed down defeated and embarrassed, still unable to correctly say his name. But at some point, you might just need an American nickname too, right? Same-sex marriage. Heads turn in 2015 when Caitlyn Jenner appeared on Ellen and shared her reservations on gay marriage. The backlash seemed to quickly gather in the trained audiences as the host herself, who basically embodies the argument, was bewildered. Citing traditionalist Republican values, Jenner remarked that she, who transitioned earlier that year, has since changed her views and won't stand in front of anybody's happiness. Finally, all in agreement, it did leave some room for an Ellen moment to get out of hand. Nicole is a harsh critic. After talking on the couch with Ellen regarding the weird seal clapping at the Oscars that became viral, Nicole Kidman participated in a cooking segment with another Ellen guest, Chef Giada De Laurentiis. The Oscar winner and Food Network star famously clashed while the segment occurred, with De Laurentiis appearing to mock Kidman's skills in the kitchen while making risotto balls. Kidman would clap back later on while tasting some food made by the chef, saying, quote, "I know you're not meant to criticize, but it's a little tough," end quote. Notwithstanding the snarky remarks and shade, the segment was an awkward but funny segment. In the aftermath, many people were waiting for Chef Giada De Laurentiis to cop a major attitude on television and turn The Ellen Show into an episode of Jerry Springer. Hair advice. A chill went up everyone's back when Ellen interviewed Queen of Power Ballads Celine Dion in 2007. While showing a picture of her family, Ellen made a what seemingly sounded like a joke about Dion's long-haired son, Rene Charles. Celine was quick to react and quipped, quote, "Do you have a problem with that?" end quote, and started talking about parenthood choices and responsibility. The defense tone set the whole studio to a cold silence. But who's one to talk with Ellen's hairstyle that doesn't look ladylike at all? Kanye gets emotional. Is there any doubt that when you have Kanye West on as a guest, you can always expect the unexpected? This is exactly what occurred when Kanye went on a massive rant on daytime TV in 2016. Although he apologized for his realness, the rapper erratically talked about existence, the human race, his skill set as an artist, and name-dropped numerous bigwigs that left most people blank on the edge of their seats and a bit mortified. And this went on for about 7 minutes. Ellen politely kept quiet throughout the rant despite the show's hijacking and went to a commercial break right after. Ellen embarrasses her own audience. Now, for the times that really got out of hand when it comes to The Ellen Show, we've all seen the antics and stunts that Ellen has done to guests and audience members on the show, whether it's scaring people in the hallway or people jumping up from hidden table compartments. Ellen is one to do a number on practically everyone, but sometimes these pranks end up being rather quite uncomfortable and awkward. There was a time in 2018 when Ellen put up a sign that audience members could take one free gift item at the studio's gift shop, with secret cameras capturing the moment. Ellen called out one audience member who had taken more than one item, saying that she had stolen merchandise. If that wasn't awkward enough, Ellen placed the audience members in what she called Ellen jail throughout the show. It was great reality TV, and we wish we could ask the jailbird how she really felt about becoming infamous on the show and being put on the spot. Mistreatment of her staff. This portion was not exactly on air, but it was behind the scenes of how The Ellen Show did get out of hand. In 2020, allegations of a toxic workplace and employee mistreatment at The Ellen Show got everyone's attention. However, despite all the noise and tweets over social media, allegations regarding the same nature actually started going back to 2007, where writers alleged that Ellen would berate them regarding how lousy the jokes they had written were. Although being a comedian herself, Ellen would know what she was talking about, and people just gave her much credit. This, despite the fact that Ellen didn't even side with her own writers during a writer's strike, choosing to work because she was afraid a strike could end her career. This was probably when the veneer of kindness started to fail on Ellen. Rumors of backstage demeanor and protocols started to arise, such as don't speak directly to her, don't look her in the eye, don't let her smell you, which eventually became workplace grievances that snowballed into BuzzFeed and TMZ stories that talked about Degeneres' dark side. Even actress Kelly Griffin, who has had a long-running feud with Ellen, once publicly remarked that Ellen, quote, has a mean streak that all of Hollywood knows about, end quote. Although, this is a woman who holds bloody severed heads on camera and calls it a joke. Cold to guests. Earlier, we mentioned a specific case of Ellen being cold-hearted to her guest. We'll divulge a little more. Despite being known for her goofy, friendly, and charming persona on air, Ellen can be a completely different person when the camera isn't on. In 2018, Corinne Olympios, whom you might know from The Bachelor's 21st season, detailed her uncomfortable experiences with Degeneres when she was a guest on the show, saying, quote, she was very cold when I saw her before the show, which I don't think I was supposed to because everybody gets nervous, end quote. In March of 2020, Dutch beauty YouTuber Nikki de Jager, with her famous beauty channel, Nikki Tutorials, said that Ellen was cold and distant during her guest appearances as well. Ellen seems to prefer not to be bothered by people with disabilities. It's one thing to be insensitive to other people's struggles, but to be consciously veering away from the reality that many people face is unforgivable. In one case, a kid wished to be a part of the Ellen's 12 Days of Ellen, where Ellen gives all members of the audience some incredible stuff. Despite having the guest appearance arranged 1 month before the scheduled shoot, the show canceled his appearance, stating that Ellen refuses to interact with disabled people. Another case explained how a custodian who was slightly autistic got fired because he loved greeting everyone and forgot that he wasn't allowed to look or speak to Ellen, costing him his job. These are simply unforgivable, and it all fits into the allegations by the dozens that have come out. Ellen is rude to most people. With plenty of allegations regarding how Ellen treats her staff and crew, revealing more testimonials of how Ellen really acts when the camera is off. One witness to this is a former bodyguard, who felt compelled to share his demeaning experience with Ellen after reading the allegations surrounding the TV star. He was quoted saying, "Ellen is all smiles when surrounded by A-list celebrities, but she's far from nice to underlings and guests who are not famous. When you see her on TV, people fall in love with her, but it's a false facade and bravado." Then, even writers joined the thread, with some saying that they experienced a plate of salmon getting thrown in their face because it wasn't what she ordered. Another waiter claimed that she almost got fired from her job after serving Ellen because apparently Ellen wrote a letter to the restaurant's owner and complained about her chipped nail polish. And these are just a few of the wild tales that people tell, and many have seen so well of the Ellen moments that got completely out of hand. Be sure to leave your comments down below. As always, give us a thumbs up, share, subscribe, and notification bell for future videos. Until next time.